We interrupt your regularly scheduled vlogging for a random fact news flash, uncovered by Liz as she was reading for one of her courses this week.
Apparently, in medieval times, a dancing mania filled the streets of Europe with compulsively dancing men, women, and children.
Yes, that's right, a dancing mania in medieval times, filling, apparently, all the streets in Europe.
Although I have to admit I'm not entirely convinced that every single man, woman, and child in medieval Europe was dancing. That just seems highly unlikely. I mean, I bet at least a couple of them were boogieing. So funny story. A few days ago, a friend of mine sent out a mass email about getting accepted to a grad program, and I wrote her back like, "Congratulations, that's so great, hugs!" And her response was, "Hugs right back at ya. How's married life and all that good stuff? How's the Narnia musical?" And at first I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm totally late for rehearsal!" And then I realized, hey, wait a second, I'm not married. Which means I'm probably also not involved in a Narnia musical. Dang it! Why am I not working on a Narnia musical right now? That sounds way cooler than what I'm actually spending my time on. And speaking of my far more exciting double lives, it's time for the Google verb meme! And yes, I typed in Liz with 2 Z's. Liz needs to hit the woodshed to work on her voice a bit more. See, again, that sounds way cooler than Liz needs to read way more books than is humanly possible so she can write a thesis proposal she feels totally unprepared to undertake. Liz says, "That's cool, only problem, it may measure the knife when you cut it, and if you chop real fast, it could keep changing and break it." Which is a fair point. Liz wants to put them in order. Oh man, I really do hate things that are out of order. I don't even know what they are, but I promise you, whatever they might be, I really, really do want to put them in order. Liz hates to have her paws touched, and it's a losing battle with a determined and squirming min pin. Liz does not have any contacts at this time. Liz looks like Avril Lavigne. Liz asks, how did burning Denethor manage to run straight at the gap in the wall? Liz loves cheesy 80s music, cheesy 80s movies, and cheesy food items. Liz likes to create a show and then leave. That's what she did with The Daily Show. They will lie. That is not what happened with The Daily Show, and that is not what happened with Unfiltered. Liz eats doll. Liz hugs 5 trees. Liz wears many hats in the local arts community. Liz was arrested for crashing her blue Ford Anglia into the Whomping Willow. Well, actually, no, that's not how the sentence ends, but yeah, that's way cooler now that you mention it. But enough about my assorted, exciting double lives. After all that misinformation, it's time to set the record straight on a few things, namely by answering some frequently asked questions. Why are you called Sister Salad? Well, one time Alexandra and Physicist and I were all crammed onto a bed together hanging out, and our mom came to the room and said, "Look, it's a Sister Salad." And then she jumped onto the bed and someone else said, "With Momatoes!" Hence the term was born. Then last summer when I was trying to think of a username for our vlog project, I remembered that moment, and I thought it would be perfect. As soon as I thought of it, I went online and secured the username, but I was waiting until the perfect moment to announce it to my sisters. Actually, the moment Alexandra found out about it is caught on video. Because it happened when we first met John Green, one of the vlog brothers, in person at a talk about paper towns. And John, if you're watching and you haven't seen that video yet, check it out because it has a question for you and we'd love to hear your response. Why are there 2 Z's in Liz? That's kind of embarrassing actually. So after I got the Sister Salad username on YouTube, I also went and got personal usernames for each of us. Physicist, Salad Sister Alexandra, and Salad Sister Liz. But I messed up the capitalization on Salad Sister Liz, and then YouTube wouldn't let me change it. And I tried to delete it so I could remake the username correctly. But as it turns out, once you delete a username, it goes into some kind of permanently tabooed magical ether from which it can never be retrieved. The only solution I could think of was to get Salad Sister Liz, and hence the second Z came into being. I hear you're in grad school right now. What are you studying? And why are you so stressed out about it? I'm studying cultural anthropology. Part of the reason I'm so stressed out about it is that this is my first real introduction to the discipline, since for my undergrad degree I majored in theater. That's a side of myself that might still come out every once in a while. But I realized after I graduated that I've always unconsciously looked at things through an anthropological lens, so I decided to actually pursue that in a formal academic setting. Actually, this past Monday was my anthropologiversary, the 2-year anniversary of the day I decided to become an anthropologist. How's Dostoevsky going? I have finally made good on my New Year's resolution to go running at least once a week, and I did take along Brothers Karamazov to read on the treadmill. I'm liking it so far, although all I've made it through are the initial descriptions of the brothers. What were your best and worst this week? My best was getting reunited with my long-lost camera, thanks to the tragic demise of the handycam I was borrowing from Alexandra, and the speedy magic of batteryheads.com. And my worst was losing the best nose contest. Just kidding. Actually, last time I checked, we were tied. Which is too bad, really, since given my deep and abiding love for puns, I'd love to be able to report that one of us is ahead by a nose. Seriously though, I don't care that half of you think that Alexandra has a better nose than I do. Really. Seriously, I don't. Why don't Alexandra's videos ever include her hidden object? Well, either he's always hidden really well, or the chop sucky chook has been kidnapped by the arch nemesis. I really hope it's the former. Is it possible that after all these videos, there are really things your sisters still don't know about you? Well, apparently since neither of them sent me a happy anthropologiversary card, and you call yourselves my sisters. Just kidding. I love you both. Gotta get to class.